Okay, hello everyone. We are back here for match 3 of this modern league. We are versing Gotchio. I think I've versed this guy before. Can't quite remember. We are on the draw here. I'm going to go ahead and keep the hand though. It's pretty good. Obviously we can't play both Rancors out on turn 2, but we're pretty Thoughtseize proof, and any white aura off the top of our deck and we curve out really nicely. Alright, so Bloodstained Mire do nothing. We draw Leyline, which is basically do nothing. Alright, we're going to go ahead and play out our poster boy here, pass to our opponent. Then we have got Rancor next turn, plus hopefully a white aura. Let us see. It's pretty rare for us to get stuff these days by having a basic plains in hand and not being able to curve out that way. Alright, we draw Ethereal Armor, so good news everybody. We're going to go ahead and play our Rancor, play our Ethereal Armor, attack for 5, and it's very likely that they're going to do an Assassin's Trophy or something on our Ethereal Armor, so it's only 3. Watery Grove, alright, so is this Death Shadow? Okay. This could be Death Shadow. Losing Ethereal Armor is not very good for us. Maybe, yeah, I was just assuming it was a Jund deck there. Not something with Stubborn Denial. We're possibly versing Traverse Shadow here. Would be my read. There's not many control decks that aren't Death Shadow that run Stubborn Denial. Let me put it that way. Not that Death Shadow is a control deck. It's it's sort of like a weird creature combo control thing. There's me butchering explanations. Go team. But yeah. It's in its own little space. Obviously there are controlling elements to the deck, but there's also big scary creatures that they win the game with. Alright, so that is a Death Shadow out here on the board. Ready to cause mayhem. So Death Shadow opponent that didn't make us discard anything. I think that's pretty uncommon. Alright, and it looks a lot here like we're pressed into not attacking as well. We're just drawing our ley lines now at the moment, so that's no good for our game plan at all. If we draw a Griffspoon and we can resolve Griffspoon, we'll be okay. But at the moment, potentially in a little bit of trouble. Opponent held his Polluted Delta, which is interesting. But shocking in Watery Grave. Maybe they've got the Fatal Push and they want to trigger Revolt. Maybe they just want the instant speed ability to be able to pump up their creature. I think that's probably the more likely of the two. Yeah, they do now have Stubborn Denial hard enabled, which is a little bit unfortunate for us. See what our opponent does this turn though. Alright, they've done nothing there. We draw the Temple Garden. Does that change anything? We can attack for 6 and then shock in a Glade Cover Scout to jump block. And then we're only dead to Team of Battle Rage, which seems okay to me. Alright. Let's go in on the one creature anyway. We'll see if they have the Stubborn Denial for this. They might be saving it for a better aura as well. So attack for 6, put them to 3, shock in a Glade Cover Scout. As long as there's no Drowned in the Lock or Team of Battle Rage, we're good with this line. Maybe I should have pre-combated the Glade Cover Scout just in case one of those scenarios unfolded. Opponent's probably thoroughly confused at the moment because they're wondering why we're pumping the misery out of his Death Shadow. Yeah, I probably should have put the Rancor just on the other Scout though. I don't know. I think that's a little bit loose for me. Pretty loose. If they play second Death Shadow now, we can't go wide. We have turned them off Fetch Shock though. Alright, so Glade Cover Scout does resolve. And pressure's back on our opponent. They can't fetch shock. At best they can play a shock land or deal 11 with the Death Shadow. So we're not actually dead. Alright. Cool. Well, that's a good game to our opponent. They had the Team of Battle Rage. I think most decks are running 2 Team of Battle Rages, so it's a little bit unfortunate without any, like, Serum Visions or, like, a million Mish's Bobbles and Street Wraith that they actually got to that. I think we're a bit unfortunate, though. Alright, so Savage Swipe out, Path in, and then probably a Suppression Field in as well. Deal with them pesky fetch lands. If we manage to get Suppression Field on the play, we might be able to just land lock our opponent pretty hard, because Death Shadow decks are very, very heavy on fetch lands. It's going to be interesting to see also if they are a Traverse deck. Obviously we didn't see anything that would have suggested it that game, but I think at this stage it's more likely they're just a Grixis Death Shadow deck. Which is why I didn't bring in the Rest in Peace. Alright, well, we need to throw this one away. This one is extremely, extremely garbage, and hopefully this is good. Alright, this is good, we'll keep it. Bottom, and start with Leyline and play. Creature. And yeah, hopefully Griff Spoon off the top into land to curve out. Would be the dream. Alright, so opponent's starting with a Blood Crypt into play tapped. Alright, let's get out this Griff Spoon while we can. We definitely called it. Alright, bang on in there. Smash them down to 18. Alright, opponent has missed a land drop and is discarding Inquisition of Kozilek. Alright, so let's take this opportunity to get as much power into play as possible. Ethereal Armor will add 3 instead of Rancor's 2 because we do have the Leyline in play. So here we can attack for 5 in the air. Look to play Rancor next turn and attack for another 8. Yep. This is going pretty okay at the moment. So they're getting rid of their own Inquisition of Kozilek with Cling Dust, drawing a card off of that. Here comes the Mish's Bobble now. They're going to have to target themselves. See if they did manage to hit that land, or if they're still just sitting there doing a whole bunch of not very much. Okay, there is the Scalding Ton. And they don't like the top card of their library, so they're going to fetch that one away. See a fresh card. Probably get Watery Grave and shock it in. Hold up Stubborn Denial. Alright, there is the Death Shadow. They do have Stubborn Denial live. We currently have our opponent on a 2-turn clock. We do draw a land there. And if we play out double aura, does it speed anything up? Yeah, well, if we resolve both auras, we have our opponent just dead. So that's something. I think we want to bait the Stubborn Denial, and I think we want the Hyena Umbra in case they Bontus or something. So we're going to bait Stubborn Denial here. I don't think I want to play out both auras. Oh wait, if I can play out both auras, I just have to win. What am I talking about? Yeah. Okay. Thought Scour. Okay, maybe he's looking for a Force of Vigor. Okay, he bins Stubborn Denial off of the Thought Scour. That's a bit of an annoyance for our opponent, I'm sure. So this is going to be lethal off the Hyena Umbra should it resolve. Alright, so big on attack for 10. Cool. Alright, we get there. Perhaps a little bit fortunate. We did mulligan pretty aggressively, but our opponent missed a land drop and didn't do much for the first couple of turns, so we could capitalize. We had the flying also, which is very, very useful. So I'm still pretty convinced this is Grixis, so I'm not going to change what I'm boarding in there. Maybe I can remove the suppression field for a Savage Swipe while I'm on the draw, but I don't think I want Savage Swipe in this matchup, so I'm just going to run it back. Alright, well, this hand isn't great, but it's pretty Thoughtseize proof, and yeah, it's pretty Thoughtseize proof. If they have 2 Thoughtseizes, it's not great, but oh wait, no, they'd need 3 to make things awkward for us. They've kept their 7. I'm going to keep this 7 as well. I don't think it's fantastic, but the top of our library could definitely help us get there. Alright, so Bloodstain might do nothing. Maybe they're not running any discard. Oh wait, no, they were. We saw it last game, didn't we? Alright, well there's a Rancor. I think it's almost safe to just fetch out a basic forest here at the moment and play out our guy. Triple Rancor in hand. I think we can potentially play a basic forest. I think Temple Garden was the better line there, but I played the fetch land and then thought that I didn't like my line. All right, so here comes the Street Wraith. It's looking a little bit like maybe Death Shadow now. Maybe not. We're gonna see. There's one thing this deck does. It's jam out what it needs to. Inquisition or Kozilek, so at best he can take a Scout here. I think Scout is the correct card to take. Although if he takes if he takes Scout, we can't really attack. We're just sitting here waiting because we don't have First Strike and we don't have Flying, and yeah, these Rancors are going to be pretty awful. Alright, so he did take the Scout, which is to be expected, and it looks like he's got another discard spell here. Maybe the Death Shadow, a Gomag Angler. Okay. Gomag Angler isn't too bad. So I'm going to shock in this Temple Garden now. Not super happy about shocking that in. Might have actually have been safer just to play the Windswept Teeth and not fetch it. If my opponent plays Liliana of the Veil, we're in a really bad spot here. They can't really attack, but also we can't really attack right now, so both players are staring each other down at the moment. Alright, they are attacking, which to me signals that they have another creature. Yep, here comes the Death Shadow. Alright, and I'm pretty sure this is just going to get stubborn denied here by our opponent. And now we need to choose whether or not to play around Liliana. I think we do play around the Liliana. And of course we can't really attack here because our opponent will just block. Although if we do attack, we can put our opponent to 6. I think we want to hold out one more turn. Hopefully they deal a little more damage to themselves. They cling to dust. Yep. Alright. So they're going to get rid of that Windswept Teeth there. Draw a card. Here comes the Misha's Bobble as well. If they target us, we can just fetch and they don't get the information. Alright, so they're just attacking for 5 again. We're not going to block, obviously. Alright, let's just go to our next turn. Opponent could bobble now to guarantee knowledge of what we're drawing. Yikes. Alright, well, let's go ahead and attack here. I think if he had another Death Shadow, he would have played it. And, you know, dead to Team of Battle Rage, but we're pretty dead to that anyway. Alright, so they draw the island and play it. Royal Scions, +1 first strike trample. Alright, well that is potentially going to be game. We do have an out of cycling this Horizon Canopy into a Path to Exile. It is our only out at this stage. I think that's pretty fortunate for our opponent, really. Alright, so they've just attacked with the one creature as well. So that's pretty good. Let's go ahead, crack this. 4 planes, go ahead and look for that Path to Exile. Alright, we get our Path to Exile, so that's us still in the game here. Okay, cool. Alright, play to your outs and get rewarded. Opponent's not hugely happy about it, but see if we get an aura. We do not get an aura here. We can't even play this ley line either. I think we just play Razorverge Thicket and pass at this stage. Can we attack? If we attack, our opponent has to block. Alright. Alright, we'll trample a couple of damage there and get our Rancors back, play them second main. Alright, Horus not doing us a great justice here. But hopefully he blanks on Death Shadow. I think we can beat the Gurmag Angler. Oh, he discarded Thoughtseize? Okay, well that's fine. Alright, we get the win. Holy cow, that was a close one. Alright, so 2-1 against Grixis Death Shadow there. Pretty happy to take that. We were like very low percentages given what we drew. Maybe it was a bad hand and I shouldn't have kept the hand. But like low percentages to draw that Path to Exile. But of course we played to our outs. We didn't preemptively fetch out a Dryad Arbor into like a Lightning Bolt or something, or into a Dismember, Fatal Push, all of that. We played as patient as we could with the cards that we got, and we were very fortunate to get rewarded. That was not a win I'd be bragging about, really. Okay, so that's going to be it for today's game, guys. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to make sure to leave a like and a comment down below, both of which are good for the YouTube algorithm and growing the channel. Other than that, if you are new to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe and hit the ring that bell for notifications on when a new video launches. I am putting up videos daily, so daily content for you all. Other than that, thanks for watching right up until the end, everyone, and until next time, have a good day.